proof with Polygon Pythagoras. MetaMask, yeah, crypto cash. Yeah, I seen the metaverse through Metatope. My eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Smart contracts inside your smartphone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Help me these phone. Whole body markerless motion capture. The metaverse broken after the Metatope golden era. The whitelist still open. Hurry up, what you need? Golden chariot. Holy virgins that's holding cherubims, paving the road with fairy dust. Create the avatar of your wildest dreams, yeah, and use it inside your live stream. And all your metaverses, favorite games in widescreen. Metatope, visualize your digital.
What do you think, Enzo? Do we do one more? One more, a little bit more upbeat?
I mean, go for it, dude. Those beats, those songs that you picked out were pretty on point, man.
Okay, yeah, let's get one more, and while people kind of fill up the room, go ahead and start retweeting it out. We'll play one more nice little jammer, and get it popping in here. So, yeah, retweet. We'll throw one more song up and sit back and relax before we get going here. We might have to, let's see, we did 311. We did Sublime. We might have to go slightly stupid. Here we go. That's some talent right there, if I've ever heard it. Shout out to all three of those bands. I know that's great music. Gets it pumped up in its own little way. And I actually saw 311 last year with my younger brother. And I'm pretty sure we were the youngest people there at that concert. People were sitting down. There wasn't much like standing, and there was like it wasn't a mosh pit. It was like it was like the older age group that just grew up to 311, but it was something special. So, what is up, Enzo?
I was just gonna say my friend actually just got done with their the Revolution tour.
Oh,
Revolution. I know, right? Whenever he told me that, I got so envious. I'm like, you mean to tell me that not only did you tour them, but you also were there smoking with them at, of all places, Red Rocks. And that's like one of my favorite places in the world.
Yeah, I haven't been to Red Rocks yet, but that is definitely a place I plan on going and seeing. Like Rufus Del Sol just seems to be like their best spot, and most of my friends see them there, and I'm like, man, sometime I'm gonna go do that. But I think I'd like to go see that event venue, regardless if it's Rufus or like another concert or something.
For sure, for sure.
Well, what's up, Senpai? Welcome in, man. Thanks for jumping in early. Thanks for everyone else being here early as we get started here in the space with TopeTalk. I think we have a guest, the Abominable Bunch, and then yeah, invited a few other people to come rock in here and hang out with us. So as we get moving here, go ahead and retweet the space, put a little comment, throw a like. Let's get some eyeballs out there and seeing that we're hanging out in here. If anyone hasn't been taking a look at the market today, in the sense of NFTs, like the OpenSea side of things, there's been some collections making some moves. A kid called Beast is doing the rest of its mint out and hovering around half an ETH like the entire day is something really cool to see. There's a lot of people that aren't paper handing the immediate mint because they're immediately going from 0.07 to half an ETH of just by the mint. To see those people, according to Raspy, they used AI technology to to basically vet the over allocation of their whitelist, and that allowed them to thin down. However, it not only thinned down like people that might have been doing like multiple account grinding, but he also said his own sister was out of the mint according to the AI technology. So it's not perfect, but it looks like it's doing the job when it comes to finding the collector versus the flipper, if that makes sense.
Dude, that is actually really interesting. Considering I've been watching YouTube videos for the past, I don't know, about week, maybe week and a half, to have Chat GTP build me a crypto trading bot. And dude, I have no coding experience whatsoever for everybody in the crowd. I have no coding experience. And I've just been taking whatever Chat GTP gives me and just putting it on TradingView, because you can script on TradingView. You can build bots on TradingView and put them on the chart directly. And dude, it's incredible what ChatGTP is capable of. You have to prompt it correctly, which is really hard to do if you have no coding experience, like how to properly prompt things. But yeah, I've been able to put 3 bots on the chart, and yeah, I'm close to just throwing money at one of the bots and seeing how it'll perform. Because dude, Chat GTP is absolutely killing it with these bots that it can make. So, dude, I'm very intrigued to see what AI is capable of.
Sure. Yeah, and that's things are just going to get better over time. Everything is typically machine learning, and AI has been a topic of discussion in these Twitter spaces that are typically that like the top 10 Twitter spaces right now. Is at some point, I feel like during the day or at night they are having a long discussion on AI. But really, I think if it gets to a point where it just gets so honed in, there's still going to be human interactions, like hobbies, things that require humans. So like I don't think like it's just going to overtake everything, but people seems like it's like the biggest scare. It's like back when kids were playing video games and they would go and like punch their friend at the school and get suspended. It's like, all right, ban the video games. There's no more GTA 1. And now it's like AI is doing a better job at a common task, and it's like, oh no, can't replace the humans, but it's there's going to be a lot of changes in those kind of perspectives, and we see AI used. We see it behind, like it's happening in the Twitter, in the not only Twitter but like obviously crypto and NFT space, and we're seamlessly already probably like interacting with it. So what do you do if you can't beat it? Join it. So let's all start getting replacement arms with robot pieces. What do you think, Enzo?
I don't know. I'm not close to the point where I can install a chip on myself yet. And even if it was a possibility in the future, with the Neuralink that Elon is testing on pigs, and if that's the future that we come to, I still don't know if I'd ever get to the point where I'd ever install a chip on me, just because there's a possibility that it could get hacked. And I don't want my consciousness hacked. I want to live a conscious experience as a human with no extra, mechanical stuff, and that's it. After my human experience is over, hopefully, the next experience I have is another conscious experience as a flesh being. But if it comes to the point where we're mechanical beings, then who knows? It's crazy. It's weird. Just from the conscious perspective of it.
You know, I disagree with you, Enzo. Put the computer chip, put it where the barcode would go, where Hitman had it done. Slap that bad boy right there. I'm gonna fly. At some point in my life, I'm just gonna throw my arms out. I'm gonna fly, and it's gonna happen through a computer chip, Enzo. I mean, it's just the way it's gonna be. And I actually just saw this Twitch streamer has beaten a boss on Dark Souls with a non-invasive brain like EAs. I don't even know what the heck the thing was called, but you can look it up. I think even on Twitter, there was a huge thread about it. But she's controlling the game without a controller. It's all from brain. She's doing it from her brain, and I guess she says it took like a long time, maybe I think a year plus of training herself for it to like focus on something. But the technology is working, and that is something that's super cool to me. I don't know if yeah, the hacking thing is the biggest scare. Obviously, I don't want somebody to brain surge me or lightning strikes outside. Next thing you know, I'm down. But I think it would be really cool to maybe use external devices that maybe don't have to be implanted, like a Halo
Exactly.
system. What do you think,
Yeah,
Senpai?
I think that like anything that can be implanted could easily be done without having to be implanted. I mean, unless we're talking like full on level immersion like Ready Player One, which again is still doable without anything internal, right? And just imagine a scenario if you have something in your head. Like I've seen enough cyberpunk now to notice how like it might be a bad idea to put a chip in your head, the whole hacking thing. But what if you like have that like really messed up X that just somehow knows how to do how to hack. One day you may wake up and you're seeing like spiders all over you and stuff because they can like, mess with your chip and stuff. So I think that like I'll stick with the external route and like you said, the non-invasive, like the head thing. I've seen videos from or like years ago. I don't know if you guys remember like levitating ball obstacle course that you would put on a piece of headgear and you would be able to like essentially move the ball throughout this obstacle course as it hovers just by using the headset. So it's crazy to think that it's gotten all the way to the point that you can beat like a freaking Elden Rings or Lost Souls boss. Like that's insane. Like wow.
Yep. And Enzo's gonna be playing with the controller. He's gonna have one of they're not even gonna make the controllers anymore. He's gonna just be like he's gonna tell his future wife, honey, I just didn't believe. And now we have these controllers. The grips cost like $2,000 a grip to replace. The rubber's not even made anymore for them. And the rest of us are gonna have like these floating halos. And yeah, we're gonna be um, we'll be able to teleport too, Enzo. That's another thing. We'll be able to teleport across the world, and billionaires. It's it's the way.
So let me ask you this. So do you think the person that's playing Dookie Dash and has the high score right now, they got a chip in their head right now? Because dude, it's impossible to get that high score. I've seen
No,
what
I
the high
think
score.
I think that you probably cheating using AI or something. Like there's probably an AI script. It's all coded, right? Someone's probably built one by now, or at least as close that can probably like, without getting detected, maybe. But yeah, I'm sure there's people that are just have played Temple Run, or they know somebody that plays Temple Run, or they have a son that they've watched play Temple Run. I mean,
For
it's what it is.
sure. It's like I don't know if you guys ever seen the videos, but I've literally seen videos of remember everybody remembers Flappy Bird, right? Flappy Bird, right? Anyways, I've seen videos of people literally have pull on bots that would just the literal only thing it would do is just play Flappy Bird and get the high scores. just because it was like AI, either it was AI trained or just like precision timing that like the camera would just view when it's about to hit a pipe or something like that, and then it just adjusts. So it's a lot of fine tuning, but that could be it as well.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. I think though whatever they've done is such a great use case. I mean, they already have over like $500,000 of ApeCoin transferred, through the game. And that's something really cool to see. I mean, it's just showing that it's working, and it's a great way to build a future use case for legals and giving like SEC the tools that they need to make a well-informed decision on like regulation. So, I think we're seeing the start of something that's different than what we've been seeing, which play to earn models and stuff like that have been drastically like saturated and typically aren't sustainable. But this is a way to generate and move money through the economy and the ecosystem of ApeCoin with the NFTs and the Yuga Labs entire ecosystem, and it's working very well for them. And I'd like to see, like I think ApeCoin is an extremely bullish coin. It's the first of its kind, and we're seeing it's where it's at. I think I own like only like 100 ApeCoin, so it's like $600. But like, man, like even now you look at it, it's like, man, this is interesting. It's just getting more and more use, and that's exciting to me for the eyes of crypto moving into NFTs, because people wonder what ApeCoin does, right? So
So
yeah.
whenever you send that ApeCoin to play the game, does that ApeCoin get permanently burned, or is it just put in a separate wallet?
I think it's put in the wallet. I'm not sure what they're doing with it. I haven't really looked too into it because I'm not playing the Dash right now. I do plan on playing it though at some point. I've got my buddy Matt here, Mr. Stone Daboo, and he's gonna um, let me. We're gonna meet up this weekend, and I'm gonna play some Dookey Dash. It's just I haven't played Temple Run since I'm a child, or was a child, so it's definitely gonna be an interesting. I'm probably not gonna get too far in the first couple, but it's cool. It's cool to say I actually got to play that game. But yeah, did you play yet, Enzo?
Yeah, I had actually the founder of Tab, who is supposed to be here. I think he's running a little late. He's in Australia, and he might be running a tad bit late. But the owner of Tab, Morgan, did let me borrow his pass for a couple of days, and I did get 88,000. So whatever your score is, please let me know so I can see and compare. I played for like 16 hours. That's about it.
I see. What time are those hours played? It's a lot of hours. We'll keep that in mind, Enzo. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna try and get higher than your score. That is my goal. You said 80.
Yeah, anything about above 88, you got me beat.
Oh, bro, come on, man. You probably made it what, like 15 seconds?
So I think to get to 88 took me 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and that's with no bonus. I didn't use any ApeCoin, and it was a tier 1 pass. So yeah, if you last longer than 3 minutes, you got me beat.
Interesting. I'll have to remember that. So let's as we're talking about the Dookie Dash, what are your favorite things about it, Enzo, when you play that game? What just keeps you going? And how does the actual thing work? Are you trying to collect? Because I see people try to collect and try to miss, right?
So the biggest thing that kept me going was um, so there's a prize pool at the end. So whoever gets the highest score, if I'm not mistaken, not only gets I'm guessing some sort of mint from Yuga Labs, but they also get a car, if I'm not mistaken. Like the IRL prize was a base C style car. So that dude, I was the thing that kept me going was the prize pool at the end. So I'm guessing there's just some people that love the Yuga Labs and the BAYC universe so much that dude, they just want to get the car, or they want to get to first place to be able to show off and talk about how they got first place. So there's a lot of motivation there to keep playing, just because like you want to get the highest score on one of the top leading blue chip projects on Ethereum. Like that's, I think, what keeps most people going, and why some people are spending massive amounts of ape coin and money getting tier 4 passes. So yeah, like there's a huge motive to keep people incentivized to keep going. Prize pools and a chance of getting something from the Yuga Labs team that will incorporate you into the ecosystem. There's huge incentives there.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. They would definitely incentivize, and it looks like the incentivations are working. That's how you say it, incentivations. But yeah, so that's really cool. Thanks for explaining a little bit more about the what is a Dookie, anyways. If you know, we can as we start to roll through the space here, make sure that we retweet the room, put some likes. Even if you're feeling risky or frisky or whatever you're feeling, you can even quote retweet. I mean, I know that's something I even have a hard time. I'm like, what do I write? But just you can write something, anything you want. And yeah, that would be fun. If anybody would like to come up on stage, we've got plenty of, last time I looked around my room, there's plenty of seats here. The floor is even open here. You can sit on top of the stove if you want to, or just don't sit on the coffee table. It'll probably collapse. But yeah, so there's plenty of room on the stage. Come speak, come hang out with us. And as we roll through this, we do plan on having a special guest here, the Abominable Bunch. However, I think they're running late because they live in the other side of the world. So this is probably like a little bit of off hours for them. In the meantime, Enzo, man, how's the Metatope Discord doing? Is it, we got some people chilling? We got some games going on. What we got going on?
Yeah, so last night we ran our weekly poker tournament, and dude, I'm not sure where these people came out of, but like the last couple of weeks, we've been having like 160, 150 people. 255 people came out to play poker last night, which poker lasted about like 2 hours, so it was a pretty intense game considering the antes went up every 5 minutes. But yeah, dude, we have that every Wednesday. Thursdays we have our awesome TopeTalk, which we have Pixel War coming up on Friday, and I know that the Abominable Bunch, which you pronounced wrong, I don't know how you mispronounced that, but the
What do you
Abominable
mean?
Bunch also had a whole
Abominable Bunch.
competition. Dude, I don't know if you're just not pronouncing one of the letters, but it sounds off. Like through to me through the space, it might just be the space, dude. But whenever Tab had their gaming competition, one of the games that we played was Pixel Wars. So I know that there's a few Tab people in the audience right now that have really high scoring Pixel heroes. So if they want to come out and play with us on Friday, feel free to do so. And then Mondays we have our meme competition, and Tuesdays we just started Shell Shockers, which is a first person shooter game where you're an egg trying to shoot up all the other eggs, and it's hilarious to watch. If you I know you're pretty busy, Chris, but if you ever get a chance, dude, and you got like 10 minutes of downtime on Tuesday, just join it. You can spectate, join in, and just watch these eggs go at it, bro. It's hilarious.
Huh? Huh? So egg
Yeah, I
shooting
thought the
eggs?
same thing when I first saw the game, dude. I was like, dude, eggs shooting each other, and then you actually get to play around a little bit, and it's hilarious.
I'm gonna have to probably witness that for myself. I'll take your word for it, Enzo, and we'll have to schedule some egg on egg violence. You know what I'm saying? Senpai, Abe, would you play egg versus Abe? Would you do egg on egg violence?
It broke up a little bit. What'd you say?
I said, would you commit egg on egg violence through this shell shocked video game that we're talking about here?
Not only would I commit egg on egg violence, I would commit egg on egg cannibalism too. Eggs are delicious.
Breaking news, you heard it here first. Eggs are delicious. Nobody knew that. Not even me. Um,
I
yeah,
completely agree, dude. We Shelly and I are on a carnivore diet. We're slowly easing everything else out. We cut out sugar and bread. We cut out vegetables. We're eating literally just meat, eggs, and fruits. And dude, like you find so many ways to cook eggs. Like there's so many different ways to cook eggs, just so you don't get bored or eating like scrambled eggs every day. But yeah, dude, apparently there's some amazing health benefits to cutting out everything except for meat. So I don't know if you know who James Peterson is, but his daughter has some awful like depression and autoimmune diseases, and she got rid of most of that just by cutting out everything except meat. Like that's all she eats, and her depression went away, and her autoimmune disease started getting better. So Shelly has an autoimmune disease, and we're starting to eat nothing but meat, and we're gonna see if that helps her with her depression and autoimmune disease, because you know yeah, it's not fun to live with all of that.
no, for sure. I think that the projects that get involved in this space that are doing the right, that are good actors and are doing things for like depression, mental health, and all that are awesome. And there was a few that are connected, like the DGen tunes down at Art Basel. I met like one of the guys there that was doing his own NFT line there, but it was a DGen tune, so it was cool. And that's the cool thing about it. You join communities, you can build together, you can build stuff that is special that helps other people with real life utility like that. Um, so with Enzo, Enzo, breaking news, bro, breaking news. The winner of the Taupe List Mutant Hound Caller is in the room.
Yo, can we bring him up to speak? Is there any way
He
that
don't
we
want to
can?
talk to us. He don't want. He probably. I would have.
I
I would.
I wouldn't know if he revealed. Did he reveal the caller?
I don't know. We'll find out. We're about to find out.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, please get him up to speak.
What
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Russ?
Hello, hello, guys.
Hello, hello.
It's nice to speak with you guys, and I want to say a big thank you for the giveaway. It was probably an incredible surprise, probably the best surprise I had for a very long time.
That's awesome, man. Where are you from? Where are you based out of?
Well, I was born in Bulgaria, but I traveled all across Europe. I lived in the UK for about 3 years, Ireland, Canary Islands, Azores, and Cyprus. And currently, I'm in Bulgaria because I'm basically looking to be close to my team because they're in Turkey. So it's like pretty close, and I'm waiting for a baby as well in about 2-3 weeks. So yeah, and usually I live in Bulgaria, but mainly in Azores, in Portugal.
It's fantastic, man. It's always great to talk to people across the world, part of the community, and just different different lives we live, but we share a same vision in Web3, and that's something special, right? And
I agree. I
to
agree.
see you get and to see you get that giveaway was really cool. We've seen you in the spaces like a bunch of times, and I saw that you're you're also building. So like when I saw your name pop up, I was like, oh, he's building the BES metaverse, and so that was like that was pretty cool. Um, and yeah, so did what are you gonna do? Did you paper hands? Are you diamond handsing? Did you reveal what is it?
Well, I didn't know so much. I wanted to buy it for quite some time. I want to get mutant apes and whatever. But it didn't come the time for me to invest this money. So when I saw that I have a mutant count collar, I basically just left it in the wallet, and I was like a bit worried to burn it, and because of the price difference between the mutant hound and the collars, so I decided better just to keep it for now and just watch where it will all go.
Great idea, bro. I mean, I that sounds like a great idea. Obviously, the two price differences is interesting, um, and yeah, you probably are doing the same route I would.
Yeah, man, it's quite weird, to see this price difference. But at the end of the day, this blue chip NFT, so I'm sure this will go up big time. I'm seeing it's moving around 0.8 and 1, and no, it's 0.75 and 0.9. So it's interesting if it will go above 1 again.
Yeah, and I mean, like having a caller is pretty cool because there's still an opportunity that there's a one of one in there or some high rarity. There's people out there that will pay interesting amount of money for that opportunity. Um, and you also might be able to use the collar to make a trade with maybe for like multiple hounds and maybe get one that you like the art with. So this actually, and maybe they even do something in the future where having 2 to 3 hounds gives you a benefit, right? So there's actually a lot of pros to uh, holding the collar versus revealing and risking currently, but that can always change in the future as well.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty cool, and to hold this NFT, it's already the fact that I got it from you guys, it's already sentimentally special for me. So I'll just keep it for now, and we'll see what will happen. And
Sure.
I'm very hyped up, for what you guys are building, because I'm just seeing that it will work out very well for us, and I'm just preparing because our project is based on Stellar, and the Stellar community is very small, and we already came to the point where we have operational products, and we no, it's not operational product, it's a demo product, and we're working currently on 3 collections that will be for Ethereum, and I'm very interested, to see how the avatars will work with your technology.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's really cool to see the alignment and opportunity with different chains and different type of verses, right? And with the technology that we're building and what we've built so far and going forward, the vision has always been to have the interoperability, and that will bring people together. And yeah, it'll be cool to get to that point. A lot of things we're working on take a lot of time because of the complexity of that, the tech, right? So as we start, we have to start somewhere. We're going to start with our collection, the MT skins that we put this amazing artist, Jared Morantz. He's one of the top concept artists in the world. He's focused mainly on like DC and Marvel universe, right? So it's all like very Thanos, Batman, Deadpool 2 and stuff. So we got somebody who was offered probably like 15 to 20 other projects before ours to be a part of, and he saw the value of the technology and the interoperability to bring his collection to life. So that was cool. That's what created our partnership, and then going forward, we're working with blue chips. We're going to be creating other collections, starting with Bored Apes, and using them as a great use case study for IPs, and allowing ownership of those tokens to bring those to life. And we're going to start and that's gonna open up even more outfits with like brands, and being able to integrate NFTs on top of NFTs. Like it's a really unique system, and we've been building this for 2 years. So luckily, as time goes on, things change. Having EVM compatibility definitely helps. We have other things like our social media platform, which will come out and complement the interoperability of what you can do with your metaverse avatar, and bringing it into a social network. So having that 360 approach and all in one with your digital IP will help you monetize and scale your business on that side, right? So and it's all going to start somewhere, but really, honestly, Russ, is it's the goal is to get to these metaverses all over the world, and all over the digital world, right? And regardless of what your chain you're on, at some point, the real long term goal is to be cross-chain interoperable, and just give people that best user experience so that they can go hang out with their friends in BES metaverse and go attend a ApeCoin DAO council meeting in the other side, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like what your guys doing. And do you join different events, like you go to like different organized events like NFT London or New York City?
Yeah, so we actually came out of Stealth last year, NFT NYC. We had a booth. We brought the technology. I didn't really see, there wasn't too much there that was, competing in a sense of what we were showing for the common user. So we had a ton of eyeballs on it. A lot of builders, obviously. A lot of the people that we met there are still involved with us to this day. Non-fungible Evan was a friend of ours that came and saw us in person, and now Bored Ape 262 is one of our use cases. You can see the video on our Twitter with his turtleneck. And we've also met artists like Sup Ducks. We met Hemba, who owns over 1,000 CryptoPunks. I mean, this list goes on about people to just see it, and to see it in person is one of our strongest ways to see the excitement that lights up on people's faces just from like it being them, right? And it's just like it's that surprise of like, wait, what? That's me, and it's so cool. So like, yeah, we went there. We did a booth there. We did a booth at NFT Expoverse that was in Los Angeles last year, and then we attended Art Basel this year. We did Crypto Connect, and a few others, if I'm not mistaken. It's all kind of blurring in over time, but our goal, I think going forward, we're looking at NFT LA, we're looking at NFT NYC. And at some point, we're going to create a date and get this puppy rolling. So it's very imperative that we have people sign up on our Tope list. We have the Tope list that you signed up on. That most of this space is already on. But if you're not on the Tope list, that's your early access ticket. And it's free. And you don't even have to. You can literally type in your wallet in the comment box. So you don't have to connect anything. And really, it's there to find out who you are, and if you have if you want to fill out the questions with something funny, or if you want to actually answer truthfully and say, hey, I'm a builder, or hey, I just love NFTs. I think what AR is cool. Like, we read every single one of them. As far as of right now, until it's out of our control, have how many come in, that we have to be more picky of like trying to get through and vetting everybody. But right now, you have a really good chance to get on the Tope list, especially if you're coming from a space and you just be like, I heard you guys in the spaces. I'm a collector, and really, it's to get access to the app, as well as become part of the community, and drive yourself into a position where you can either make a well-informed decision if you want to purchase an NFT through us or not, because the app will always be free. You'll always be able to use one of our generic NFT MT skins, or even possibly a Bored Ape in the future on the app for free. But if you want to have that true digital ownership and bring in like your own IP to life, whether it's Metatope or one of the collections we partner with, that's where you want to have that ownership of an MT skin. And yeah, I think that we're excited to have you on board as a community member, and I think I appreciate you saying those kind words about what we're doing. And I'd love at one point, if it's not pre-mint, maybe post-mint, we see you at one of the events, right?
Yeah, man, for sure. we will, I'll keep in touch with the whole community. And you're seeing, guys, that I'm very active on social, so I'm always following up what's happening, and it's super exciting to see what's happening. And I'll probably see you in NFT NYC. We're also sponsoring Paris Blockchain Week, but I guess you're not planning to go to Europe. But I'll see you probably in America.
Yeah, maybe next year Paris would be nice. I mean, it's just that the timing isn't right for us. But I'd love to do Singapore, Paris, those places that have great influence in the space and a lot of smart minds. It's definitely it's definitely in the pipeline. Real quick, what's going on, Blur? Thanks for coming up, man. It was a pleasure having a meeting with you earlier today, and I appreciate you jumping in the space with us.
Hey, bro, I just popped in to listen, and then I was in the store for a little bit, so it was super loud. I'm doing good, just hanging in there. Yeah, it was a nice chat with you. I'm super excited about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, man, and it's cool to see what you're doing too. Being able to be taking that initiative and starting to find ways to use your IP that you've invested in is it's special because I think you're getting your feet wet a lot. Some people are going to go on the after effect of maybe it's easy at that point, and maybe their IP is worth something. But right now is the time where you really create the what is it worth, and taking these different directions and learning more about what you can do and testing the limits it's cool to watch. Even though we're building, it's cool to see it on somebody who owns their own IP and really trying it themselves too.
Yeah, I mean, when you buy these type of assets, you're buying so much more than a JPEG. You're buying into community. You're buying the IP rights. There's just so much potential, and what you can do with these things, especially since there's so much recognition now, like more broadly, even people that don't necessarily aren't degens like us, but are out there in the world. They kind of know what these blue chips are, and they're familiar. So there's a lot you could do, even in IRL stuff, Web2 stuff.
Did you say there's people out there that aren't degens? What? Those people? I didn't know those people existed anymore. I think when I walk down the street, I kind of just stare at my OpenSea account, so I get from point A to point B.
I really thought I was the only one walking down the street looking at my portfolio. I really thought. This whole year, I walked down the street looking at my phone and tears rolling down my face the entire year.
But if I see somebody with an OpenSea open on their phone, I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah, I've never seen, but I wore a Utes hat into a 5-star dining experience yesterday. Yeah, I thought people were they were like, what is this guy doing wearing colors? They're like, wait, is that yellow? Or no, he's not wearing black. Honey, he's not wearing black, white, or nothing. He's wearing colors. That's just, you can't walk into these places anymore. But yeah, it was like I literally thought I was walking into somewhere that it was like it would. In what I mean is people weren't wearing anything other than just black and white, and it was weird. It was really weird. And yeah, the Ute tag got some eyeballs. Nobody knows what a Ute is, but not yet, right?
Did you get any comments on it?
That amplified because I know I have tattoos of a lot of different NFTs on me. Now try going to the beach with these tattoos. You think that's weird? Go to the beach without a shirt on and walk around with all your tattoos, bro.
What were you saying, Blur?
Oh, I was just asking comments on the hat.
No comments on the hat, man. I mean, I have someone actually called me a Ute, in passing. I said something like, "What's up, Ute?" I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" They didn't know what the hell they were talking about. They didn't, but it's a cool one. I got it from merch, 527 merch. I'm actually gonna go buy a hoodie here, and then meeting up with I think four or five Utes here in Tampa. We're meeting up to watch the Lightning game. We were going to try to go to it, but the tickets to get in the game are $100 because the Bruins are number one right now. So, yeah, that kind of that kind of fizzled. You know, we're all trying to save our money, aka spend it on NFTs and watch it go to zero. But you know, it's the thought that counts of going to the game. Enzo, regarding you having tattoos and going to the beach, bro, I went on TikTok the other day and there was a guy tattooing people's TikTok names that would gift money to him, and the legs, bro. It was just people's random names, and someone's like, "What?" And he actually was like, he kind of like replied like, "Oh, I haven't thought about like, you know, I'm just doing it." You didn't like think about like that he's actually doing it. What's he gonna do? Like just walk around with people's like at handles all over his body. I thought it was kind of cool.
I mean,
I wonder how he's gonna
yeah,
feel when TikTok gets shut down.
Yeah, well, then he's gonna have to move to Vine, and you know, maybe just use a different color, and maybe use like in between the other tattoos, and then he can put like you can do like one of those, what are the keys where you have like the different colors and put like TikTok, and then this color was for Vine, and create like a key system.
he's gonna be stuck in the same position that I'm stuck in right now, where I have I think 2 tattoos on me of projects that no longer exist, or you know they weren't what they used to be, so like they're just not there anymore. So yeah, he's in the same boat that I'm in with a few tattoos. If TikTok ever gets shut down.
So, what do you, I mean? You just gotta cover it, right? Like you don't want to rug on yourself, right?
I mean, yes and no. Like the artwork is still cool. I just won't tell people the meaning behind it. I won't tell people to go to that website. But like the artwork itself, like I still appreciate like the artwork and like what it meant to me, because like that was a represent, like that's how I wanted to brand myself. Like I just wanted to be known in the Web3 space for like tattooing like NFT projects on me. Like I think other people were doing it, but they were doing it with like NFTs that they own and like stuff like that. But I don't think anyone was going around tattooing like projects like for advertising purposes, which was what I was doing. So like yeah, there's people, you'll find people with even Luna tattoos and like tattoos of like NFT projects that, you know, aren't here anymore, or even tattoos of Basie and Macy's, which is awesome. But all of those just have tattoos of one or two projects. I have tattoos of 12 projects on me right now. So yeah, there's like different people are doing it for different reasons. And I mean, I still believe in what I do, and even though the project's no longer around, like I believed in what I did before. It's so yeah, I'm not gonna cover it. I'm still gonna keep it, just not talk about it in that way anymore.
You could put like a little dash next to him, put rug in red.
You know, someone did tell me I could put little rugs under them, which put
That's
rugs
pretty
under
funny.
them, or cover them with rugs, something like that. Yeah, I've had people tell me that.
Interesting. Well, you know, today, like I started off this space was talking about how there's volume, and you know, it's it's been interesting to see this volume. I mean, what a plethora, right? Plethora, yeah, of different type of NFTs that are trending today. You have like anything from the memes to an actual AR 3D filed project with a kid called Beast to a cultural project check marks, which you know isn't going anywhere. That's a great. I wish I didn't sell the one that I got at like 0.01 or something or less than that. But you even have the Champions Ascension. Their second mint came out today, which I think that's a great. You know, I met them down in at Art Basel, and you know their first collection was focused more towards their player versus player of their gaming, and now the second collection is more focused on the player versus environment or PVE, and I like that kind of style of trait. You're kind of giving people that prefer different versions of a game opportunities to own the character, or in that game, that specializes in the way that they like to play. And I don't think a lot of people have done that properly. More or less, they've just created stats with defense, health, yada yada, and then stick it all together, right? The video that company shows Champions Ascension for their, kind of like their use cases, is really cool because it shows a lot of their metaverse is in their gaming universe is already built, great graphics, great movement, and would probably be something that we could, at Metatope, that we'd be interested in, like in the future once they get more established, like, and we have an SDK built out with them for the browser version. We could integrate our assets into those mini games, like the first person shooter, or maybe even to where into their social verse, where you kind of hang out with the other players of these games and then choose which game you want to play together in that social setting. So you could be like a bored ape in your social setting and then roll into like maybe the bored ape into the game, or you can maybe choose like your champion ascended character, right? Giving some more customization. So there's a lot of really cool things. Like I think that it's really cool to experiment if you have like the if you like doing that, like picking up one of their NFTs, experimenting with the game, and understanding what's been built so far. Another great use case of that is Helix. If anyone's looked into Helix in the past, that's another use case for like metaverse that's being, as they've developed, they are testing actively with their holders. And I wish we see more of that,
Talking about OpenSea volume, man, have you seen what happened with Kevin Ross? I think he's the founder of Moonbirds. He got hacked yesterday or the day before. With I think he lost like $1.4 million worth of NFTs in crypto, if I'm not mistaken. And dude, it's just unfortunate because he flagged all his NFTs, and I'm pretty sure like some of the collections that he had wrapped ETH offers on them. So now all the NFTs that he lost, he flagged, and the hacker had already sold them by the time that he flagged them. So now people that have his NFTs are now holding NFTs they can't sell. So yeah, like OpenSea is kind of weird with that. And but yeah, $1.4 million worth of NFTs just wiped out. And it's very unfortunate. Always, guys, if you don't have a ledger, if you don't have your stuff in a ledger, like please, 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 this is the only time I will give any sort of just little advice. Don't take it as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just take it as a safety advice. Just please put your stuff in a ledger. Even you can click on a link that a friend sends you, and you don't even know if your friend got hacked, and it could take away, it could wipe out everything you worked so hard for. So guys, everyone, please get a ledger. It's a few $100, but it's worth it to keep all your stuff safe. Don't click on any malicious links. Don't click on stuff that your friends send you. Any type of things you have to download on your PC. Always verify the links that you're getting sent. Please be safe out there. If the founder of Moonbirds can get hacked, anybody can get hacked. So please be safe. And it's unfortunate that we have to see this happen, especially with Kevin Ross. So yeah, guys, please be safe. Please try to keep awareness of safety. Keep your friends safe. Keep yourself safe. Keep telling people to get a ledger for safety purposes.
Well, thanks, Enzo. It's like a daily reminder that we kind of have to speak about, sadly, now more than you have to say non-financial advice, almost, right? We just had CryptoBite pop up, but I think he disconnected. He's in a lot of the spaces that have a lot of people involved knowing that gentleman and also other people. Just big, awesome guy to kind of talk stuff with. He typically isn't like Leaps or any of those other ones, but like, yeah, I was going to ask him about what he thought about everything that we discussed here. If he jumps back in, we can do that again. But in the meantime, I'm actually I can't help but look at the the wayward wieners in the crowd here. The wayward weenies. Sorry, excuse me. Minting January 25th. Let's go. That's what was that, today or yesterday? Hope hope you guys did well. I didn't know that the wayward weenies were popping off, and I'll definitely take a look at you guys and see what you got going on. But yeah, thanks for being here in the space. It's as we start to kind of wind down and close things out here soon. What's got you, Blur? What's got you excited right now? Did you see? I saw the Matic pump a little bit. That was interesting. I see ApeCoin doing well, but what's got you excited? Because I'm kind of seeing a little bit of bullish sentiment.
Yeah, now across the board, really like the Rolling Loud project. It's just unbelievable amount of utility that they're giving the holders. I hate even talking about it because I really want to mint it, and I feel like if I talk about it a lot, it's going to be harder to mint. So don't research that. Don't look into that at all. but it's really cool. Like, their events, their VIP access to their events is like $1,000, and basically their mint price is going to be 0.5 ETH, and you have lifetime access, and they're doing like 8 big events here. So, incredible amount of utility coming with that NFT. So I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it, and I actually went and I looked it up, and then I saw them. Like, all of a sudden, I'm starting to see their NFT collection commenting on Alex and Bark and stuff. I'm like, well, they got somebody that knows your favorite influence out here in these streets. But yeah, that collection is interesting. It's that 1.5 ETH is a pretty steep mint, but if you really look at the long-term utility, there's probably going to be like a year or two from now, people are going to get like some like backstage access or something, like it's going to be like, oh, NFT holder, come with me kind of stuff, like you got the OG pass, and that specific Rolling Loud, man, people that's like, it's like the hip hop version of Miami Music Week. Like you got the best like artists in different genres of rap and stuff, and all kind of like bleeding together with EDM, and it draws a tremendous crowd. So I think you're onto something there, man. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, and just think about if the festival continues to grow and evolve and be something that's still around 10 to 20 years from now, and you still have that NFT that was like the original collection, you're still going to the VIP events. It could be really cool.
Yep, it's a matter of time, I think I just saw my buddy Daniel, Value in Time. He put on his Instagram story that he got accepted to the Starbucks like testing digital collection beta test. It's like, what do you guys need to test? What are you gonna do? Make them buy some coffee? Like, like but it's kind of funny to see like these bigger brands and what their kind of approach into this. And I think that's the first step, right? Starbucks is well connected. You think they're not going to share their experience of how things go and what made their mint successful? Now you got Porsche. Now you got like 4 different brands. I think I saw a Prius, a Prius NFT. I mean, they're going to start copying derivatives of different things like car manufacturers. But I was wrong actually. I thought Porsche was I was like, come on, and I even doubled down and bought Porsche, the POOR version, right? The poor Porsche. About 2 of those damn things, and those things floored. So I got a sign from God that I shouldn't, just to count my blessings, because that Porsche went up to, like, from when I was watching at 9.9 ETH, could have 3x that up over to close to what, 2.5, 3 ETH. Insane. The next day.
Did you just say that would be Poo-ersh, right?
The one I went with the meme, the poor people Porsche, bro. But the real Porsche, the one with millions of followers, with diehard Porsche fans that I thought would never come into the NFT space and be like, hell yeah, I'll throw a couple $1,000s at that. Well, they did. They definitely did, and they're here. And that's all they own, if I think. And maybe you can run some analytic on your free time on seeing if that's true and see if there's any washing happen. But yeah, that collection like popped off, and the poor people Porsche collection went to the it's trading at like 0.02 or 0.03. So that didn't work out. The meme didn't work.
Well, worth a shot, I guess.
Come on, you gotta think so, right? Like the poor, the poor, the Porsche versus like feet pics, pixelated feet pics or this meme. I thought it had some cleverness to it. I was wrong.
Yeah. How are the feet doing? Is that still a thing?
I mean,
Yeah,
at this point, I think it's probably trading between like it's probably just trading between themselves at this point. I'm not sure what came out of that project. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens though with the start of a Porsche NFT and the car industry. I mean, most people in the car industry trade crypto. We're all degenerates in our own way. I used to sell cars at Toyota in my early days, and I know that type of person. And you got to think like they're seeing this happening. What happens when you start getting like major dealerships and stuff? Do you think that will gain traction? And like what happens with the type of advertising? Because they do spend like a lot of money on advertising through, the newspaper and all that stuff to get those older crowds. But they also know like when I stopped being a product specialist for Toyota, um, we were launching the RAV4 hybrid, and it was like geared towards that middle-aged 30-year-old person. That was the age demographic. So like you saw a lot of like Toyota Let's Go places with like RAV4s going through mountains and stuff to go, they're going hiking and being energy efficient about it, right? So what happens when that next wave where the money, the liquidity is, and they're going to see it in this space at some point? Like, we're going to have Toyota, we're going to start having like car dealership stuff going on. And is that kind of seem do I seem like I'm stretching there?
I mean, I'm one of those people that believes that like NFTs are going to ultimately take over most of the transfer of title and deeds and property ownership and stuff like that. So I think in the future, at some point, I mean, people won't realize they're using NFTs or they won't, necessarily know what's going on with the technology. But I think that the transfer of any kind of title will be done through the process using blockchain. But maybe I'm just a maxi.
No, I mean, I think anybody that knows, I think if you have a little bit of knowledge in NFTs, that's probably something you're seeing as a great use case. I mean, Grant Cardone definitely does. He just doesn't know how to do it. He wants to take 80,000 NFTs for $1,000 a pop, make $80 million out of thin air, and buy commercial real estate and fractionalize the property. However, as of right now, that would consider the NFT a security, and the SEC would happily probably go after him. So
yeah, well,
yeah,
he's also going to
that's
take all of his millions of followers and make them all billionaires too. So I'm not sure what the
yep.
market cap is on that, but we could do some math on that. See the possibility of all of his millions of followers all becoming billionaires in the next couple of years.
But you know what, dude? He's in the spaces. He's listening to us. Out of anybody out there, and where you should, he's spending his time. He's spending it in Twitter, Web3 spaces, absorbing probably as much information as he can that that is good. And his value prop to us is that he's bringing that community to us and bringing us new liquidity. And his value, our value prop to him is that we are bringing him new customers for his 10x club, right? That's really what I think it all boils down to is he's coming for a reason to Web3, and he's taking his sweet time because he's done this for a living, right? So you got to think like he's going to maximize his investment.
Yeah, that's a great point, man. I mean, here we are in Web3, and we all believe this is the future. We believe that we're ahead of the curve as far as being on the frontiers of this evolution of this technology. And he's here learning about it. So that's something to be said for him. Like, you know, a lot of people when they're up in, you know, his age and they're billionaires, like I don't know, maybe they wouldn't be interested, but he's obviously into learning what the new tech's all about and what the future, where things are going. So I guess that's that speaks positively to his approach.
And I think that it's the Grant Cardones that make it come the right way, not like a influencer that comes with no knowledge, launches a collection, and then it just burns, right? Or you get a situation like a Logan Paul where you just hired people incapable of doing the job and we're going to scam you from the beginning. Those people exist. A lot of them do, and a lot of them are amongst the Web3 community. They just are, we all call them bad actors at this point. That's like the key word, right? And I don't think that he's a bad actor. I think that he is a good actor. He's proven it in Web 2. And I think that he's going to take his time to in all sense, maximize returns and make sure that when he does something, it's strategically placed. And at the same time, this is a good thing, man. That's a lot of people that follow him like a cult mentality, not cult, but just very, very strong community. And I think that having them and onboarded in the right way will prove to what we're gonna prove to a standard of bringing the traditional person in. Like you can't onboard a traditional person today easily. They got to actually like want to lose money for a little bit, and who wants to do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You basically have to say, yeah, it's a scam, but just trust me, hang in there. There's something in the future.
Yeah, and and it's the world. It's everyone's against you, but we all know, and it's like you try to just sit down and think about like putting what is an NFT in one word or one sentence, and it's hard. There's always gonna be someone that doesn't understand something in that sentence, and that's just right now. I'm sure when the internet was built, it was the same kind of situation, and verbiage and lingo can be misrepresented. So it's going to take the Starbuckses to create digital collections like reward systems to onboard. It's going to take the Grant Cardones to bring the more follower type of person that will be eager to learn what he has to say because they pay for it, right? They have incentive to learn about crypto or NFTs specifically if Grant starts to really heavily dive in, and I think he's going to. So that is I think it's going to actually it's one of the more positives than a negative if it's going to be someone of that caliber. But yeah.
Well, you're making me feel bad about saying anything pessimistic, so great. Now I feel bad.
Oh, well, dude, Blair, I'm an optimistic person no matter what. It's been engraved from the books I've read, but it tends to just work out better. I try to be as optimistic no matter when by optimistic that means I don't look at my portfolio because then I start to feel the other direction. But as long as I don't push that app, we're good. We're feeling great. No, just kidding. But yeah, I'm actually like I'm learning how to not get so emotional in the price over time by just making less emotional investments. I think that some of these NFTs that we're now kind of like seeing emerge are a little bit safer than what we were dealing with like the free meta that we were experiencing last year, right? So yeah, let's close out the space. Enzo, we have something to do here.
Yeah, I got the Twitter picker ready to go. Hopefully they are in the crowd. First Twitter picker we got is Dark Seid, SEID. Hopefully you can see him because there's 7 people in here that I can't see, and we have some people on Discord that say they're in the space but not visible. There's some sort of bug going around, but they can hear everything.
I see Dark Seid. He's an ATS. I can see him. Let's see if we can get a. Let's see. I invited him to speak. If he can give us a heart, if he wants to come up and say what's up. I see him got a cool ape background. Smoking a cigar.
Yeah, smoking a cigar. Nice. Can we get an emoji out of him, or
it's just something, right?
Can we get him up here?
Security, can you get Darkseid out of the crowd? Yeah, bring him up. He doesn't want it. Get him out of the crowd now. All right. He ran out the door. Let's go to the next person.
All right. So up next we have Deaf Human.
Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. He's like John Cena, bro. He just came out of nowhere.
Did we get him?
There he is. Holy moly, Darkseid, what's up? Hey, congratulations.
Nice.
You won the giveaway.
Hey guys, yeah, thanks a lot.
Congratulations, bud.
Yeah, thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from India. It's early 5 a.m. So it's just
Oh man, well thank you for taking your morning and hanging out with us.
yeah. My family is sleeping around here, so I can't be loud.
Okay, no worries, man. Well, hey, thank you. You don't have to hang out. You can go and take off. I appreciate you jumping up here and taking that quick moment. Congratulations. I hope talk to Enzo. We'll get you taken care of, man. Thank you so much. Cool. What's up? We have before we start closing down here, Death Human. What's going on? All right. That was good.
Yo,
Good talk.
Chris, I got one question for you before we leave, because dude, I was really hoping that moving to proof of stake on ETH would bring gas prices down. But since ETH had a jump in price to what is it, 1,600 just about right now, dude, how do you feel about spending $3 or $4 on transactions now? And even more when you're minting something and it's $15-16 again. Like, what does that make you feel like again?
Yeah, I don't remember last time I played $3 or $4 unless it was like 3 a.m. I mean, typically it's like $7 to like $15 during the day when you get the FOMO of watching the chart go up and then you buy it too high and then you're selling it again for $15 on the way down. No, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because it's there's a lot of projects that are going to be strategizing themselves to come live at certain times, and it can be a gas war again, and it doesn't feel like it should be happening. But I think a lot of us also remember the times when gas was so high in the hundreds and some people in the thousands, and people were still pushing that transaction sign. I don't know if I would do it. You've already experienced it once. It's something that I don't think is going to go away. Maybe Blur has a better take on this than I do, and Walker probably for sure. But yeah, regarding like Ethereum, there's going to be gas fees, and we're just all going to have to trade only at 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't have a better solution.
Yeah, man, I was really hoping we'd see Walker up here. I did see him in the crowd earlier for a second, and then he vanished.
Let's see what Blur has to say. Maybe he's got some.
Maybe next TopeTalk we get a response. But Blur, do you have anything about that?
Looks like I'm rugging. So you mean as far as like the sentiment on gas fees? A part of me thinks it's unnecessary, right? Because we have other technology now in the blockchain world that we can clearly accomplish the same things with with obviously minimal transaction and quicker and minimal fees. But the other aspect to it, and I heard someone kind of articulate it this way, and I think it makes a lot of sense, is that there's something to be said for a bullish sentiment, a bullish case for Ethereum, that people are willing to pay that high gas to transact on this chain. So I guess it could be looked at different ways. It doesn't really bother me unless it gets to like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I honestly think moving to proof of stake was going to give us better gas prices.
Well, here's the issue, and this is why it's acceptable, because like the free mints right now, when there is no gas wars, when there's nobody buying, there's 95% people missing. That's why the free mint meta worked real well, is because the gas was so low, you could just transact and you could resell and you could make a quick buck. I mean, there's really a lot of 90% of those projects had no reason to be minting, like, and we were seeing that. So like the gas fees eliminate a lot of that, like, free mint meta, and it's going to just like start to go away over time as more projects start to mint and more people come back, and we start to run into the new cycle or whenever that is, right? But that's why I think free mints were so popular. It's because it was so incentivizing when you could mint for $3 a crack, or 5 or 7, $10. But because like the average common investor would spend $100 on the gas, like, and it wouldn't be that worrisome because you were going after something worth 5, 6, $1,000. But who's going to spend $100 on gas for a free mint? Does that make any sense? If it's not something that's from like a Yuga Labs and it's just like some mumbo jumbo with a Twitter account botted to 5K.
Yeah, I completely see where you're going, and yeah, I totally agree. And again, hopefully we start to see the NFT space pick up a little bit with the volume that's been going out. And people there, I was actually watching, there are 19% new BTC holders, that brand new wallets holding BTC. So we are getting new people into the crypto space, and hopefully those people that come into the crypto space will eventually find themselves in the NFT space, and we can get some new liquidity into this space, so we don't have to trade amongst ourselves and just get some new liquidity in.
True that, brother. Well, hey, boys, ladies, Enzos, Russ Nakas. Let's call it a night. There is I gotta go meet up with some Utes. We got a little bit of we got a little Tampa Ute get together for some hockey. Community things. It's probably gonna be like I'm gonna probably spend an NFT out on these drinks here in Tampa. It's not cheap anymore. But anyways, y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for the speakers for coming up. Thanks for everyone hanging out. And if you haven't joined the Tope list, obviously get on our Tope list, topelist.metatope.com. Sign up. It's free. And yeah, thanks Blur. Thanks Russ. Thanks Enzo. Thanks Derby. Cool music. Everyone else, Captain, all the way down. Simulata, Red Devil. Good night, Lin May. Bye-bye.
Cyberpunk, yeah. I mix my ETH with Polygon Pythagoras. MetaMask, yeah. Crypto cash, let's go. I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Smart contracts inside your smartphone. Phase 1 evolution, revolution. Help me ET phone. Whole body markerless motion capture. The metaverse broken after the Metatope golden era. The whitelist still open. Hurry up, what you need? Golden chariot. Holy virgins that's holding cherubims, paving the road with fairy dust. Create the avatar of your wildest dreams, yeah, and use it inside your live stream, yeah. Your metaverses, favorite games in widescreen. Metatope, visualize your digital ID. I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Yeah, Metatope is your mirror to the metaverse. Yeah, I seen the metaverse through Metatope, my eyes a megaphone. Customize my empty skin to optimize my flesh and bone. Metatope.